Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Colts Corner podcast presented by Hills West Media. We are streaming live on our YouTube channel, Hills West TV, and of course, the podcast will be on Apple Podcast. On the schedule today, we will do, as we always do, a Hills West sports whip around. We will talk about the MLB playoffs. We'll also discuss college and professional football. And we'll talk about the start of the National Basketball Association. We're fired up. Let's do it. We are inside our normally West TV broadcast booth outside, right next to the Hills West turf, for this week's edition of the Colts Corner podcast. I'm Douglas Lattuca alongside Brian Flattau, Benjamin Dickson, and Michael Garaffa. Ryan Dickson, your brother here again, another week and another. Maybe we'll get you on here for a little guest appearance. I know you're itching for a little action here on the podcast.
It's all just a learning experience for this kid.
Can't stay away. Fan. Can't stay away.
Yeah, he's
Best
the new
show on the air.
He's the new era. So hopefully you see him on this podcast one day. So let's just jump right into it. Hills West Sports still red hot, especially we did a broadcast last Saturday with the boys football team. Unfortunately lost, but a great game with two undefeated teams going in.
Yeah, definitely a tough one, 17-14 win for West Hampton. Those are definitely the two best teams in the county. They'll play each other again in the Suffolk County Championship, bearing something unexpected. And I just want to go through some stats from that game. The Kim Griffin, monster on the ground, had a monster first half. We didn't really see him much in the second half.
Definitely.
But he did have 15 carries for 125 yards and a TD. And Justin Brown, who was injured, didn't play in that second half, had 6 attempts for 68 yards and a touchdown in the first half. So the ground game was really working in the first half. They moved away from it in the second. Not moved away from it, but it wasn't really working as much. West Hampton knew it was happening. Got the big defensive stops. Couldn't really get those first downs, those scoring opportunities we needed. There wasn't a single point in the second half, Doug.
Yeah, it almost seemed as though once Justin Brown left the game, the spark and the run game became a little bit more ineffective. But we talked about play call, especially in the second half. Once West Hampton figured out the offensive prowess of the Hills West Colts, they stayed with the run game, and it just wasn't there in the second half. And they had one passing attempt in the first quarter, in the first half, and only a few in the second half. One huge catch made by Davon, a gorgeous catch. But I thought the play call was a little suspect. Probably should have went more to the pass game, especially down, and with the running game not as prolific as in the first half.
In the second half, we had to start throwing the ball a bit. 0 points scored in the second half. And it was just nonstop run play. That wasn't working as much since Justin Brown went down. And it's just one of those things. Would the result have been different? It may have, it may not have, but you definitely should have taken the shot.
Yeah.
And when they were throwing it in the second half, it did start to work when they started throwing it late. So, all in all, we were talking about that on the broadcast also, if you caught that. But, yeah, we definitely thought that they should have been airing it out more.
Yeah, I think definitely the second they lost Justin Brown, I think they should have kind of alternated with the passing a little bit more because they lost their main running man. So I think that definitely hindered their opportunity to score a lot of points.
Yeah, definitely, as the varsity football team practices right in front of us on the Hills West turf. Their next game is this Saturday. Tomorrow, of course, pep rally, a big day for the school spirit and everything involved there. And then on Saturday morning, the parade. The parade starts around, I believe, 10 o'clock. Game should be around 1 or 1:30. We'll be doing a live broadcast on
weather permitting.
Yeah, weather permitting, but most likely on the Hills West TV YouTube. So if you can't make it out, we want to see as many fans in the stands as possible, of course, showing spirit for the team. But if you can't make it, we'll be doing a live broadcast, so we look forward to you guys tuning into that. So Hills West football will look to rebound this week, but the Hills West soccer team, varsity boys, have been on a roll as of late. Brian, what do you got in their hot streak?
Yeah, so that really is a hot streak. They have 4 straight shutout wins, which is incredible, especially after their struggles mid-season. In their most recent game, the only game since our last podcast, they played at East Islip on October 16th. They won 1-0 with a goal scored by Anthony Pipitone. It was assisted by Spencer Bernhack. And just the defensive showing. I mean, 4 straight shutouts. It takes so much. It's the goalkeeping. It's Benny Nocton goal, obviously. The great defense led by Luke Bloom. Just a great showing from them heading into playoffs. Like you said, Doug, the magic is coming back. And that's what we all love to see.
Like we say, peaking at the right time. We said it last week. We'll say it again. Going into the postseason, playing your best soccer. It's what you'll love to see, you know? Going into that first game. Next week, I think it'll be on either Monday or Wednesday, we were told. And, yeah, should be a good one. School spirit like there was last year. Hopefully it's the same. We'll be out there. We'll be rooting hard for him. Definitely good end to the season, and hopefully can carry that momentum all the way into the playoffs.
Yeah, I believe they have a non-league game or a scrimmage on Saturday morning before the homecoming parade, before all the festivities. So good luck to them in that game, and hopefully they enjoy their pep rally as well. Girls soccer, let's talk a little bit about the injury report. As if you've walked around the school and seen Olivia Meserol, one of the senior captains, she has a little bit of tape over her nose. She posted a picture on Instagram as well. I believe she broke her nose and actually got the procedure, so good for her. Love to see her back and healthy.
Yeah, she did. I was talking to her today. She said her status for the next few days is questionable because she hasn't been necessarily cleared yet, but she can wear a mask. I'm not 100% sure on what the situation is, but definitely a tough injury for her, and we hope she gets better soon.
Yeah, you hope that she gets better. And she's waving to us right there. There she is, waving to us as the girls' varsity soccer team comes out here for their practice. So they're moving into the playoffs. They should be around a 4 or 5 seed when I spoke to Gannon. That's what he told me. So both soccer teams looking to make a run, especially the boys and the girls coming off a